managing the convention. He is none other than a stalwart of St. Martin's College alumni. An 87-year-old man, Dr. Vincent who is the visionary, and I'd like to say a few words before I invite him to the Americas. Dr. Vincent graduated from St. Martin's College in 1960 with a degree in physics. He came to the United States in 1962 to pursue graduate studies, earning a Master of Science degree in physics before joining the physics faculty at Lakeland College. He later became a full professor at the Milwaukee School of Engineering. During his academic career, Dr. Kutamberu received specialized training in nuclear reactors and low-energy physics, followed by advanced training in nuclear accelerators and high-energy physics. While at MSOE, which is Milwaukee Institute of School of Engineering, his research involving high-energy electron accelerators led to the discovery of the cause of cancer among industrial workers exposed to such accelerators during industrial radiography. Publication of this work resulted in representing the United States at an international meeting convened by the International Atomic Energy in Vienna. After joining MSOE in 1978, Dr. Kutamberu established a company that has developed significant real estate projects. These developments has contributed substantially to the tax base of several cities, in some cases accounting for approximately 10 to 15% of total municipal tax revenue. Dr. Kutamberu's philanthropy has supported naming opportunities and other important initiatives at hospitals, art centers, and soccer field, as well as installation of a statue of Mother Teresa at Marquette University, among other philanthropic endeavors. Personally, I would always appreciate and I always pray to God at an age of 87 I would be given the strength to run like Dr. Kutamberu. He is the pillar and he is going to be helping St. Martin's College. So, with a round of applause, I welcome Dr. Vincent Kutamberu to the stage. Let us give a warm applause for that person who is always thinking for a college. And if I could say, he came in 1962 with $100 to the United States, and today God has blessed him, and he is returning all the blessings to our alma mater. Thank you, Dr. Kutamberu. It's a pleasure working with you, and I learned a lot of things from you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Eminence, Cardinal Pope, Your Grace Archbishop, Honorable Secretary Reverend Principal of Dr. Kerry, Reverend Dr. George Vincent, Principal of Assumption College of distinguished alumni of St. Bergman's College and Assumption College, friends and foreigners. It is both a privilege and honor to be with you this morning. I am deeply humbled to receive this distinguished award and especially grateful to receive the paternal from His Eminence Cardinal. I sincerely thank His Eminence and His Grace and all of you for this wonderful recognition. I would also like to express my heartfelt appreciation to Dr. Matthew Daniel and the dedicated alumni committee whose vision and hard work made this first international convention a reality. Their efforts have brought together generations of alumni in a truly meaningful way. Looking around this room, I see graduates of St. Bergman's and Assumption College who have excelled in various fields and disciplines. Each of you has built a successful life in your own way. Knowing that, I ask myself, what could I possibly say that would be meaning to such an accomplished audience? After giving it considerable thought, I decided not to offer advice. Instead, I would simply share my own journey, the successes, the failures, and the lessons I learned along the way. If my experience encouraged even one person to dream a little bigger or persevere a little longer, then my time with you today have been worthwhile. I am proud to say that we graduated from SB College in 1960 with Reverend Dr. George, who is here today. After completing my SSLC examination in 1956, I enrolled in the Bachelor of Science program in Physics at St. Bergman's College. Upon graduating in 1960, I remained at SB as a physics demonstrator, earning a monthly salary of 150 rupees. Looking back, those modest beginnings became the foundation of everything that followed. During that year, my ambition grew stronger. I dreamed of earning a graduate degree from an American university and one day becoming a professor in the United States. It was an ambitious dream for a man from Kerala, but I believe that our future is shaped by the courage to pursue our aspirations. In September 1962, I left India with just $105 in my pocket. Borrowed from my sister and my older brother. But I gained something far more valuable: faith, determination, and the conviction that education could change the course of my life. After getting my master's degree in 1964, I joined Lakeland College as an assistant professor of physics and mathematics. The dream that had begun years earlier in the classrooms of St. Bergman's College was becoming a reality. Life then began to unfold in ways that I had never imagined. 2 years later, I married my wife Gira. Together I have been blessed with the 2 sons, Sanjay and Ajay, and now their wives Neela and Michelle, and our beautiful grandchildren Sarah and Linda. In 1968, I accepted a position as assistant professor of physics at the Milwaukee School of Engineering, MSOE. By 1975, I had been promoted to full professor. At that time, I realized I had achieved my dream to become a professor in an American university. People often ask me, Vincent, you spent your career splitting atoms. How did you end up as a real estate developer who is now splitting land? My usual answer is because splitting land is more profitable than splitting atoms. However, there is a much deeper story behind the transition. Like many young families, Geeta and I wanted to buy our first home. We searched everywhere but quickly encountered 2 problems. First, we simply could not afford the homes we admired. Second, the homes within our budget did not meet the quality we wanted. So I decided to take on the challenges of building our own home myself, despite having no experience. What began as a necessity soon became a passion. Completing that first home left me standing at one of the most important crossroads of my life. Should I remain a professor, or should I leave everything behind to pursue an entirely different dream? It was not a decision I made lightly. Geeta and I spent countless hours discussing the risks. We had no business experience, no financial safety, or no guarantee of success. Once again, I realized that no one else could shape my future for myself. I had to make the decision myself and take control of my own destiny. So in 1978, with financial assistance from my brother Dr. Johnson, I resigned from MSOE and became a full-time home builder and a land developer. Looking back, I can honestly say that it was one of the most difficult and the most important decisions of my life. Like many entrepreneurs, I soon discovered that courage and willingness alone does not guarantee success. Within just a few years of starting my business, my company accumulated a tremendous amount of debt. At that time, that amount was almost unimaginable to me. Going back to MSOE was not an option. Continuing in business seemed almost impossible. Legally, I could have declared bankruptcy and walked away, which many legal experts advised me to do. But there was one big problem. I could not live with that recommendation. So once again, I found myself standing at another crossroads. I had to decide whether to surrender to circumstances or create a new path forward. I chose the latter. I realized that surviving would require more than hard work. It would require a completely new vision. I challenged myself with a series of questions. How could we build communities that improve people's quality of life and created value rather than simply selling houses? How could we think differently instead of following conventional wisdom? These questions shaped a philosophy that has guided me ever since. First, I learned that conventional wisdom is not always the right wisdom. Second, I learned that leadership means looking toward the future instead of becoming trapped in the past. I have always preferred making history rather than merely studying it. Third, I learned that real success comes from giving rather than receiving. When you improve the lives of others, success has a remarkable way of finding you. Those beliefs became the foundation of our company. They influenced every decision we made and every community we developed. Over the next 25 years, that vision became reality. Together we challenged accepted practices within the housing industry, developed award-winning communities in Wisconsin and Florida, and helped thousands of families achieve the dream of home ownership. Just when it seemed that years of hard work were beginning to bear fruit, another storm appeared on the horizon. The financial crisis of 2008. Like thousands of businesses across America, we were hit hard. Once again, my family faced a defining moment. We had a choice. We could focus on what we had lost, or we could focus on what remained, our integrity, our determination, and our faith. We choose the second path, knowing that through both success and hardship, we remain true to our values. That is, in my opinion, is real success. Over the years, I have also come to appreciate another important truth. Success should never be measured solely by financial results. Wealth is a byproduct of creating value and positive impact in others' lives and your community. It is not the purpose of life. My dear friends, if there is one lesson that my journey has taught me, it is this. Never allow your circumstances to define you. Your future will be determined by your vision, your decisions, your perseverance, and your faith, and not by the circumstances into which you were born. People often ask me, Dr. V.K., what is your secret of your success? My answer has become remarkably simple. Believe in your vision. Above all, ask for God's help, and then set out to reach your goals with every bit of energy that exists within you. Before I conclude, I would like to return to the reason we have gathered here today. Everything I have shared with you this morning began with one extraordinary gift, an education from history. Today, Cardinal Kuakar, Archbishop Tarek, our principals, and our alumni leadership have presented us with another idea. That is a new vision. Not simply to construct another building, but to create opportunities for future generations. As you all know, the new vision, as represented to us by the leadership of Wesley and Assumption, requires a leader fully committed and capable of making it happen. That leader, if I may recommend to you, is none other than Dr. Matthew Daniel. Each of us has benefited from someone else's generosity. Today, we have the privilege of becoming that person for someone else. So, following the famous words of the late President John F. Kennedy, may I say to you, ask not what more SP can do for you, ask what together we can do for SP and Reception College. We are not simply being asked to support a building. We are being invited to invest in your people, to invest in dreams, to invest in possibilities, to invest in the future. Somewhere on the campus of St. Bergman's or Vincent College today, there is another young student carrying a dream. Let us make sure that student has every opportunity to succeed. Perhaps one day that graduate will stand on this very stage sharing his or her inspiring story. If that happens, together we will have built something far more important than a building. We will have built a legacy. I would like to conclude with the famous words of the French writer Victor Hugo. The future has many names. For the weak, it is unattainable. For the fearful, it is unknown. For the courageous, it is opportunity. May each of us have the courage to seize that opportunity, the wisdom to use it well, and the generosity to create it for others. May God bless St. Bergman's College, Assumption College, our families, our communities, and each and every one of you. Thank you.